Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. What's up, Tim? Tam? Sound you're good with? Yeah. What are you doing here? What are you doing? When's your big fight? What big fight? Well, Bash has announced a fight before he even asked me. He wants me to fight him now. I think it's a bad idea. He's just got out of hospital, but I do need money, and he's not going to get hurt. And he's trying to fight that Andy Smith guy who probably will hurt him. That's why I want to talk to people like before I make a big mistake. I mean, I'm desperate for money. He's desperate for money. I want to see this fight as an experiment. I know he's not well. He's doing fine, if you ask me. He hasn't had any operations. He's something wrong with his heart. But the doctor said, he's going to the gym. But yeah, it is a bad idea. But he's ringing me. I'll screen record my messages in a bit. I'll show you. But he wants it. I want it. I think it'd be... it's an experiment to me to see if this no rules stuff, doing your own pay-per-views, can make money. I think the only reason they fell before, and when I say fell, they haven't made more than $2,000, even Shadow's fight, was because they weren't promoted properly. So all those videos that went viral, if they had a link attached for $4.99, this money's going to the Bash. I've always said to Bash, you can have the 60-40 split. So it's not about yeah, I get he's a sick man, but I'm not, just trust me, I'm not going in to hurt him. I'm going in just to show you I can take him out in 10 seconds. Get his back. Weird naked choke. That's it. I've told Bash that. He's going to go for me. So you're getting a real fight. No one's getting hurt. The only person who is at risk of getting hurt is me. So, fuck the Shadow Bacon, fight the Bacon. Yeah, I'd like to fight the Bacon. Do you know what, guys? He's sending me messages. He's surprised because he thought I was going to come back begging, apologizing, and saying, "Oh, Paul, I'm so sorry. It's only me and you can work as a team." Like, I get it. I'm not funny without Paul because we bounce each other well, so I couldn't really do the comedy side on my own. But I can do auditing on my own. I can do fighting on my own. It's not like I'm not looking for a fight. I've been matched with a heavyweight so far. I want to get a fight, like I've said, before December. And I have been actively looking for a fight. I had one guy offer me 400 quid at an MMA fight, and I thought it was an absolute insult. I was like, listen, mate, talk about pricing yourself out. You're pricing yourself down. Like no fool would accept 400 quid. You're taking the piss, mate. So, yeah, the pay-per-views, there is more money if we can make it work. Bash, believe it or not, I looked at the numbers. Bash has the potential to make $100,000 a fight. If he was to get 1% of his audience that he's able to capture, which on average is 200,000 people a day come through his account. But his active, engaged audience is for probably about 20,000. But the plan is to attach the pay-per-view links and sell the pay-per-view a week before the fight. So the longer we have to sell it and promote it, in theory, the more money we should make. But I'm going to get a lot of backlash. This is why I'd rather test the waters first. I don't feel like I'm doing anything morally wrong because I think he is healthy and he's not going to get hurt. I think it will actually be good for him. Fight your brother for the coin. Yeah, that's already been offered. Because I've already said that to him today. Let's have a fight. He went silent. So I'm up for fighting my brother for money. I think that would make coin. But I don't think he'd fight me no rules. Or even modified no rules with no eye pokes. I don't think he'll fight me. But that guy's really got to me lately. Because I got 4 messages in the morning saying my brother's dead. So I ring my mum and say, "Oh, mother, I don't want to alarm you, but I've been told that Jimmy's died." And now he's threatening to beat the shit out of me. It's like he does this, it's always like a day or 2 days later. It's never on the day. It's like he just makes it up. It's just an excuse to get angry at me. Like, what are you telling my mum's dead? I said, I didn't tell you my mum's dead. I said, I got an avalanche of messages this morning saying that you're dead. I never started the rumour. Have a go at Paul. Because he obviously said something on his live stream. Now, as for Sky, it's the lowest of the low. I call that cheap, unscrupulous behaviour. Like, he's willing to do anything. This is why I try to tell people, like, Paul will shit on every single person he can. He doesn't shit on anyone because he's not in a position to shit on anyone. But like little things like that, lying about your dog's dying, that's not comedy. Well, I mean, that's not funny. And yeah, it's not fair on my mum, but my mum is evil. I just want you to know that. My mum used to get my brother to knock me out from the age of 8 years old, 9 years old. I got my first knockout by my brother on my mother's orders. So my mother would always side with the enemy. So yeah, she was upset. So even when I started the call, I was testing my mum. Oh, mum, Jimmy's dead. Apparently, I said apparently afterwards. I was testing her reaction, and she loves Jimmy. But she's just a drama queen. She's gone and told Jimmy that I literally said he's dead. No, I said I don't believe it's true. I think it's just someone stirring the porridge for views. But he lied about Sky, and he's telling people my brother's died. So yeah, it is low life behavior. How much do Fire Podcast that lives in the city? They do not have security detail, but they are a twat. Don't know if they've fought before, but I think they've used to lift back in the day. Okay, yeah. Well, security guards, that bouncers, are normally not very good fighters because they're very fake people. I'm not saying they're all like that. I'm just saying some of them. Some are, but they used to all be tough bastards back in the day. But now they're all DBS checked, real hard cunt security. Don't get in. But yeah, I would fight security if he wants it. But the thing is, just fighting randomers, unless like they're no threat to me, it's not worth it. I'd rather fight someone with a bit of a name because they're going to bring it unless they can sell a fight. But yeah, I'm up for doing what that man does, fighting all the people in his inbox. I think that was a good little YouTube channel idea. I had that one. I mean, someone did it after me, but I did think of that years ago. Fucking just fighting random people, like, but yeah, how much? I didn't do it for free. If he can sell the fight, yeah, sure. But if he's too big, it's not worth the risk getting injured. It was comedy gold. Yeah, me and Paul were comedy gold. I get that. And I get that, but in order to make comedy gold, I have to live in a fucking cesspit. You know, it's like back of my mind is telling me don't ever go back there. But everywhere else in my mind is like, yeah, go back there, Mike. It's great. You're making comedy gold. Everyone else loves it, but there's this little voice, and it's just telling me, mate, you've lived with the devil for too long. I don't know how you survived. If you look, there's a photo of me on my Instagram. You probably won't see it because it's buried amongst a collection of photos where I went to Manchester with my sister-in-law. I didn't do anything with her. If we narrow-minded people think I'm trying to shag my brother's wife. We went out together, and there's a photo of me. I look about 60 years old, and I look like this. Like Golem from Lord of the Rings, yeah? And I've had the life sucked out of me. Literally, when people say like you've had the life sucked out of you, like these trauma survivors, they go grey. Their eyes go to the back of their head. That's what I look like in that photo. You can literally see the life sucked out of me. And that's what it's like every time I go with that man. And like, there is a thing called Stockholm Syndrome. So like with my brother, my memory's wiped. Every time my brother's nice to me, the 20, 30 years of him sadistically bullying me for no reason at all. He'll make up a reason 2 years ago to bully me with. He'll just randomly come up with it. He might not like the trainers I'm wearing. He might not like the fact I've got a nice shirt that fits me well. He'll make anything to make him a little bit jealous. He'll start to bully you. And with Paul, that hasn't happened. I haven't got the Stockholm Syndrome. I literally look at his face. Sorry. I feel sick. I think that man is gross. Like, he used to make me laugh. I used to like, they were like, I thought this man's a legend. He's gonna make it. He's the funniest guy I've ever met. The most wittiest man on this. He can just think of something to say. I can't do that. The only reason I'm funny is because I'm an idiot. I don't even mean to be funny. If I tried to be funny, yeah, you'd be gone. You think, what is this weirdo doing? I'm just an idiot. But being an idiot is funny. But Paul, on the other hand, he actually is very funny. He knows comedic timing. He knows when to deliver punchlines, what punchlines to use. I think he's very crass. He's a bit backdated, like some of his jokes. Like he goes go too far with them, you know, homeless jokes, gay jokes, rape. You should not joke about rape, really, should they? Do you prefer gi or no gi? If so, why? It's a brilliant question. Only a gi guy who done jiu-jitsu guy would ask that. But yes, I love no gi, and why? It's because I'm built for no gi. So I'm made as a wrestler. I know. I think it's fast twitch, but it's not. It's the opposite. Slow twitch. Slow twitch means fast, explosive. Yeah, and that's me. And I'm a dynamic grappler. I'm the same. I play jiu-jitsu. The same style I do boxing. So in boxing, I never throw the first punch. I counter strike. You come in. I normally come in with a slip or a parry and a punch. I'll never strike first. And the same with jiu-jitsu, because I'm always grappling heavier guys. I always use their momentum. So I only sweep when you move. And that works better. That style works better with no gi because it's more slippery. You can be more dynamic. You can use the momentum as well, but there's more friction in gi jiu-jitsu. But ultimately, you do both. So I would be a black belt if I just did gi jiu-jitsu, but I never did gi. I did gi once, only in competitions, funny enough. I never even went to gi sessions. I learned a few cloth chokes, but I literally adapted from no gi. And that's why I started off as no gi. And I was very lucky to have a backstreet train. I go in a gym where it's just me and coach. I was getting personal training every day for about 2-3 years. But then I went to an amazing gym with ex-UFC guys training at, well, pre-UFC guys. Anderson Silva, who else? Aldo, Josie Aldo. There's another one. There was 3 UFC guys there. And I was training with these guys just literally months after they left for the UFC. I was in that gym. And I got really good training for 3 years. Perfect. But then he went commercial. All the black and browns went, all white belts. I think I went backwards. So just come an armbar. Okay, so what's the security you took down? Even a guard? Was he full? Okay, so he was very jelly, but I used his jelly as an advantage. I create the fat ripples, in order to move his body through the air. Use his fat ripples. But I didn't actually use any strength. So believe it or not, then I've got a partial tear on my ACL. So I've got a partial tear on my bicep, 50%, and a 30% tear on my knee. But at the time, I was on crutches. I just didn't have my crutches that day. But how did I swing the security? I created the momentum. Normally, when you do an arm bar, like I do it against an arm throw, so a hip throw, whatever you want to call it, I push him against something. So I push him against the cage wall, I push him against the car, and it's that moment they lean forward, poof, pop, switch, poof, pop. Switch, drop, and pop, yeah? But normally you'd actually squat. You'd squat the guy off the ground with your hip, and then the arm that you got here, they call it hunker down and throw, yeah? With the security guard, it's different. I was never going to lift 120 stone man. So I tripped him. Watch carefully. The little details are important. I trip him in such a way he stumbles forward. And then he's rolling over my back. And then because he's taller than me, as he's rolling, I'm pulling his arm as I'm falling as well. So we're both falling him. So I've never actually lifted him up off the ground. I'm literally leveraging him over my hip and twisting him in as we're both falling through the air. So it was just technique with that guy. And that it was all in that trip. Had I not tripped him, it's all about the setup in fighting. Whether it's boxing, K1, jiu-jitsu, I normally use their momentum. That is the setup. But the trip made the sweep. But no, I never lifted him up off the ground. It looks like I did. I rolled him over my hip and I fell with him. And as we both fell, I turned him. So, yep, the good look. Why did you think Jim was dead the other day? Because I had 3 messages saying he was dead. Maybe one of you guys can confess in the comments if it was you. Hey, mate, I just bought some Jaffa cakes. That's a good point. I hope I ain't eating. How many Jaffa cakes? I was going to put them in my mouth right now, but I bought only a small packet. I would have stuffed them all in easily. 10 easily. 10 Jaffa cakes. Who would win, me or Jimmy? No rules. Thing is, I've got a bad arm right now. You think it don't affect you, but it bloody does, because you got 20% of the shot. Because I can compensate it. It's not making an excuse. When I fought Bash, I had a bad arm. I didn't think of my arm then, but I could feel like it was hurting. Yeah, me, really. I'll tell you why me. Because I've had 3 proper fights with Jimmy, maybe 4. And the only one he won was when I actually nearly beat him. I had him hanging over a balcony. There was all these old people in this conservative club. You know, you get those social clubs. We go there for our roast dinner. My family does. And he was just bullying me again. Because I was probably wearing nice clothes. Just starts bullying me, just randomly. And none of my family were doing anything. This is what I mean. My family banned me from going to dinner every Sunday because he bullies me. If that makes any sense. You just reward the bully, yeah? But anyway, so I just stood up for myself, and then all of a sudden get cheap shotted in the side of the head, boom. And then we stood up, and he's got me by the throat, like that, the voice box, right? And I pushing him over this balcony, and I've literally got his feet off the ground. When I say balcony, it's a raised platform, but we're literally about 15 foot in the air. We're very high up on this raised platform. And all these old ladies, and I just for having a little conscience, I'm thinking, oh, one of these old ladies is going to have a heart attack. But he would have fell, because I had his feet off the floor. But the only problem was I was leaning into him as he's choking me. And that split second where my conscience kicked in, like, do you really want to make a scene here with all these old people eating their dinner? I was passed out. Boom. The sick thing is, he hit me twice whilst I was out. This scumbag. So I don't know how he got on this conversation. Yeah, so that was the only fight he won. But he cheap shot me. The motorway, he gassed. He thought he had a choke. I gave him a fake choke. It's not first thing you learn in jiu-jitsu, you know, give people fake chokes so they wear themselves out. And he had retreated to the car to get I threw literally 2 strikes at him, bam, bam. And he went to the car and got a golf club out, and that's on my Instagram. You can see the aftermath, but that was a victory. First ever fight I had with him. Again, bullying me, come home from work, slaps me upon the head, saying, "Oh, look at you, your work boots on." I never took the boots in the house, but he's just saying I got I'm some reason something to do with my work boots, even though I never took them in the house because I've just finished work. What are you talking about? Just bullying me, and then we just had a fight. And do you know what I did to him? This is why he got into MMA, because he didn't know what MMA was. This is when I was like 19 years old, and I'd just been training a year solid with Jeff Lawson, doing judo. Like the first part of the MMA, I was trained by a judo guy. Anyway, I threw him in the fucking hedge. So I drove him, double leg, stuck him in the hedge, and I was just elbow bombing that. Bang, bang. That's why his nose is so fucked. Well, I was part of that reason. And then, yeah, blood everywhere. And it was like something out of a movie, you know. I was celebrating. Imagine you bullied me my whole life. I was like, yes, I did it. I did it like that, cheering in the rain. And all of a sudden, my car comes rolling down the hill, straight into a stream at the bottom of the road where I live, stuck in a ditch. I was like, fuck. So it wasn't, you know, he's a cunt. So I mean, if you beat him up, he'd still be a cunt. So that was another fight I had. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've had 3 fights. 1, 2, he cheap shot me. Cheap shot me, yeah. Dark Justice, yes, available chat. Way both similar size too. Jimmy's a lot bigger than me, so Jimmy walks around at 84. I walk around at 76. Yeah, so he's about 10 kilos. He's about 20% larger than me. He's 5'11". I'm 5'9". But he's a reptile brain. People like him, they don't pay attention in class. He's never done a technical session in his life. And not that that's important. I think it's more important to actually grapple with people. But he's got no base. He's got skinny legs, which helps you in boxing because you've got more mass on your arms where it counts. Like, I mean, his body's perfect for boxing, but he's not made for MMA. I mean, John Jones had that physique, but John Jones was able to stuff takedowns. Who was 14? Did you know she was 14? Was your dad in your life? No, my dad was sort of down the pub every day. And he weren't really there. So he'd go to work, go to the pub. I was in bed by the time he come back. So no, he weren't really there, but he was always in the background there. So I did used to see him every other weekend, go and visit him. He is a chronic alcoholic gambler. Prove I got connection with that Paul because he's a gambler and an alcoholic. I wouldn't say he's an alcoholic, like proper alcoholic, but he does drink a lot. The girl you've been chatting, oh, Snap, one of your decoys. I don't have Snap, guys, but nice. But I always thought Snap was a Nancy app. I never understood why people used it. I said, what's the point of this? You think this is cool because your messages disappear? Oh. No, the decoys never work on me, funny enough, because even if a girl 14 messaged me, I'd block her. So I have had these decoys, yes. And I just like think, what the fuck, dude? Like, because I don't believe 14-year-old, even if I'm like I said, I wouldn't message back a 14-year-old anyway, but it's blazingly obvious. They're decoys because no 14-year-old girl is going to be messaging an old bald-headed photo like me. Like, this just doesn't. These people are thick. I think most of these people who get caught in these stings are generally autistic. They are generally fucked in the head. We need to go have a chat and discuss this further, Michael. Well, I don't have Snapchat. Okay, do you want to go? Sorry, guys. Let's see if I can go straight into screen record because I think I have to close the fucking app. Okay, let's go straight into this. I'm not playing this game with you, motherfucker. Okay. Full screen on display. Oh, it is showing my screen record, is it? Am I showing a screen record? Dude, I don't need to prove it. I can only do it before the stream starts. So you go on a little screen record mode. But no, I don't have Snapchat. What's a Snapchatter? But this is what I want to talk about, guys. I want to build these lives up because I'll tell you why I've been lazy not coming on here. Like, I'm very short-sighted. I hate doing things the long way. And I know that's how winning is done. Right? But I can't monetize this shit. I want to go be order. I want to do action, man. I want to go to these hotels. But I know it's been done. But ultimately, we're going to go to the fucking migrant crossing and stop the boats. You know, imagine like when things do get up and running, then that's what I'd like to do, auditing. Crackhead Mickey, let's go. Crackhead Mickey, yeah, I'll take that one. I'm not full on crackhead. I do like crack though. Oh, can't say that. Sorry, I gotta be careful because you can get me banned from my life, guys. You're gonna get. I'd like the taste of it, but it doesn't agree with me. I have done it. I just go like go in a little box. Won't talk to anyone if I smoke crack. So I'm definitely not a crackhead, but the potential is there. I'm gonna start auditing. I try to answer that. I'm not monetized, mate. So there's a lot of effort to make videos that could potentially get hundreds of thousands of views. Probably not, but it's not being monetized. And I have to have 40,000 watch hours. It seems a bit extreme. 40 fucking thousand watch hours. I couldn't even live stream until like 2 weeks of being on there. So like, yeah, auditing. So where do you think I should go next, guys? Let's have a little think tank here. Like, do you think we should go to Portsmouth? There's an event on in Portsmouth this weekend. I thought it's quite nearby. Maybe go there. 4,000 watch hours, yeah, but it's not as bad as it sounds. So, for example, 4,000 is multiplied by the people. So, say you have a 2-minute video, say you have an hour video. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't mean 40,000 people have to watch it for an hour. Because whatever, maybe it does. Maybe it does mean 40,000 people have to watch it for an hour. Yeah, it's quite a lot, isn't it? Yeah. But if I do like 4 hours of content, it's only 10,000 people. Are you one of two, bro? Yeah. You should just have a channel of wrestling security guards. Yeah, I thought about doing auditing on the security on the bouncers, but apparently there's different laws filming in nightclubs. So yeah, I could get fucked for that one. I mean, I've knocked a lot of security out, to be honest. They're wankers. Yeah, I knocked one security guard. It's lucky he didn't snitch me up. Scottish fella. I nearly killed him. I knocked him out and he went tumbling down the stairs. It was just after my dad died, and my brother got on the phone to him to look, his dad died. Please have some mercy on him. Don't send him to jail. Does shadow living room smell like human feces? No, but it probably smells of dogs if you're not used to them. His house doesn't really smell. There's no waste left around. He doesn't. There's no like. He eats everything he cooks. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the dust and the spiders. The dust and the spiders that bother me, really. Yeah, the dust and the spiders, because you'll be in bed and you have like spider legs hanging out your mouth where they're climbing. They're trying to get into somewhere warm to like live, because they don't. Even spiders don't want to live in a house. That's why they're climbing in your mouth. This is grimy, but it's not slimy. It's grimy, but not slimy. There's dust under the bed and shit, but it doesn't smell. No, it doesn't smell. Be fair, for the clean air. The only bad thing is that fire, because you get CO2 poisoning. You only need like 2% of lack of oxygen, and you're fucked. It fucks your brain up. And I swear my brain ain't the same since I stayed there, because he has all the windows shut, and then he has that heating on that he throws his lithium vapes into. Yeah, so who owns the house Shadow stays in? His family. Interesting question. That would be his uncle. So Paul is currently squatting in there, and I think the uncle's just happy he's squatting because he doesn't want the house to go to his sister. Because traditionally, they like to keep it in the family name, and his sister is not a Flaherty. So yeah, that's the answer for that one. So the uncle, yes, he's squatting, but really the sister would like it, and that's why they hate each other. How did you feel when you heard the news that Shadow lied about putting his dog down? How I feel? Scab. That's what I felt. Scabby bastard. Grind. Like, I just think like it's just so cheap to lie about that. I mean, it's not like saying, "Oh, I got cancer" just to get attention. This is like, I suppose it's not like that bad. Like when someone makes out they're terminally ill. He's made out his dog's dead to get some clicks and views. Really, is that how low you're willing to go? Like, I'm surprised he hasn't crypto scammed his audience. Why is he like, this is cheap? I just thought, mate, that's not funny. Like, it's not like you're lying and you get millions of views, and like you might be able to justify it by a couple of extra grand in your pocket, but you're lying cheaply. Don't agree with it, no. And he lied about my brother dying. If anyone knows about why these people are messaging me saying my brother's dying, because he won't answer me. He sends me little messages saying, you missed me yet? Or like, you can't, I told you can't do it without me. Or we're under my video earlier. Oh, this is the 10th time you posted this video. So actually, this video is not even a year old. Okay, not even a year old. And the only reason I reposted it is because I had new footage to go with it, right? Hang on 2 seconds. I found it disturbing. I'm glad you spoke up, Mr. Rob of War. I found it disturbing as well. Because Paul, he seems to think all his fans are of a particular demographic. And like, you know, like your average person doesn't even exaggerate. Your average person doesn't say, "Oh, I'll give you £1,000. I made £1,000, and I'm really like they only made 100 quid." Like the average person might exaggerate a little bit, like 20%. Like he takes his audience as fools because, like, that's not even a white lie. That's lying about your dog, man. His argument would be, if I was Paul, he'd be like, well, the dog was due to be put down, and I rang the sanctuary and found out that it hadn't been put down yet, and I cancelled it. Not really. That man wouldn't have paid for something and then not followed through with it. He wouldn't. So I just think it's cheap. It's cheap. It's disgraceful behavior. Like, but he's funny, isn't he? That's what he's funny. I suppose you can get away with it. He's funny. But was that funny? No, it wasn't funny. It's fucking sick. It's just cheap. It's like my brother. My brother's a scabby bastard. Like he'll burgle you for 100 quid. He's just slime. I don't go that low. But I have done some horrible things. You know, I used to rob people and stuff, and weed grows, and you know, I've done a few crimes. But no, I wouldn't. It's just cheap. It's cheap. Even my brother, I think him, what he's done to me in the last few weeks. This is why I can't look at the man. Like, people want me to work with him. They want me to put this behind. But I said, when he did what he did to me, I seen a completely different person. I seen a monster. And I can't unsee that monster. I just see it's just his face. I don't see the same human being. When I look at his face, I'm not enchanted by it anymore. I actually feel sick from the bottom of my stomach. And I'm sure there's some people who know what I mean here. Like, when you learn about someone, he was always a riddle for me. I can never figure him out. Me, I wear my heart on my sleeve. People can figure me out very quickly. But him is like, he's like a puzzle. And the last piece that come together was him making that lie up to me, and then the whole thing come together. And since that puzzle come together, because what I'd like to do, I'd like to make Pit of Doom a real thing. The Pit of Doom doesn't have to be in Ireland. We can have people from all over England fighting on it. I get so many people in my inbox saying, "Oh, I want to fight. But if Paul was a team player, I'd be like, Paul, listen, man, I'll even pay some of these dudes flight to get over there if we can build this thing up, right? You know, let's do something. But it's all about him. Everything's him. Look at me, I'm the center of the show. And I'd like to work with a man, but I don't think I can work with him. Because his ego is just insane. I've never met such a delusional man like him. And I know you have to be delusional to make it in this world. That doesn't mean you need to. He's not delusional when it comes to shitting on you, though, is he? He sees the real world then when he's manipulating you and taking advantage of you. You know, he is like my ex-missus. So my ex is a very toxic woman. And it's just narcissism. It comes in male or female, it doesn't matter. But you generally get more females like it, I think, these days anyway. But like, the exes will always convince you, because if you're like me, you go for the same type of women, they always convince you you're wrong. Like Paul convincing me I'm wrong. Like I'm the big bad wolf. And I said, it's funny that, okay, even if I was to accept I'm wrong, yeah? And I'm a very self-critical guy, so I'm more likely to agree with you, right? But you never accept you do anything wrong. So why should I? Why? I'm not wrong. I'm sorry. Like, I was wrong for ringing up my mum and saying, oh, apparently Jimmy's dead. But I used the word apparently. My mum's just a very, she reacts, drama queen. But he started the rumor, not me. Why does Dominic like Shadow so much? Because he's dependent on him. it's like the groomers. They get dependent on whatever the groomer is providing them. So in Dominic's case, he's being groomed with cigarettes and cooked breakfasts. So that's why Dom goes back there. Dom is a sucker. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff we don't see with Dominic, just from what because he's gave me that eye. He knows the eye. He went when he spoke to me. He went like this. He went, "Oh, you don't want to make him angry." Yes, I seen it. Because I told him about his anger. I said, "I've never seen that before. That little tantrum he has. A fully grown man jumping up and down, screaming. That's just a new thing to me." It's a very new thing. I mean, my dad had anger issues, but he wasn't as animated as that. My dad would just be drooling out the mouth like a wild dog, like, "Yeah, fucking bastard." Him, yeah, so Dom knew, and I could tell by his eyes, I could see the fear in his eyes that he'd witnessed something. But I want Paul to make it, because I hope if Paul doesn't make it, there's a fear in my mind that he kills someone. Because that will be his last resort. When he knows he can't make it or break it, I think he'll be the next Ted Bundy of Ireland. I really do. And I don't want to offend anyone. That's how I see it. Hey, Samuel Goodwin, you little bitch. Why don't you tell the crowd about you cheap shotting me? I gave you a day's work, you little punk. You started crying because my vehicle broke down. And then he tried to crash me into an oncoming car. This little rat bastard down there, Samuel Goodwin, yeah? Makes out he's my mate. He's my sister-in-law, ex. Right, wanker. I do like you, Sam. You know I got a soft spot for you. But I'm going to get you back. But I can't be careful what I say on YouTube. But we haven't forgotten that, boy, yeah? So you better give me some sort of financial compensation before when I do see you, boy, because you're going to get a surprise, all right? I don't like to give my enemies the heads up, right? But what you did, you little bastard, crying because my car broke down. Right? Instead of helping me, you tried to steer my car when we got it started. When I was trying, the gasket had blown. It was all steaming up. He tried to crash me into ongoing traffic. And as the woman's coming out, like, "No, you're in my car." I didn't hit the woman's car, but she's screaming out. He smacks me in the face. As I'm dealing with this bitch, I've got no insurance. He just made me crash into a guy who knows I've got no insurance. And then what's the little pussy do? Sam, tell him. You ran off. See, he's laughing. He thinks it's funny. If you don't forget, Sam, I haven't seen you since that day, yeah? I've got a surprise coming, bro. Surprise. They give me 50 quid. That's how much I want. Good evening. So, what shall we talk about today? I've seen the news in Ireland. Dublin's going off. Any Irish people in the chat? We've got Robert Byrne. He seems like he looks Irish. You Irish, Robert Byrne? Probably. But yeah, we had a bit of sad what's going on. But this is what they want. This is the plan for the people to come together. For the plan for the civil war. Mate, the worst thing is most of the shit you're not seeing. Okay, I've been getting a lot of buses since I lost my license. Oh no, I lost my job and I just sold my car because I was broke. Right? I couldn't afford a car. But hear me out, right? Every time I've got on the bus, I see little kids getting approached. Like, I've only gotten a few buses, but literally every time, maybe except one, these migrants are going straight on the back of the bus with these little school kids. One time I tried to film it. And the girl jumped into the migrant's lap and started protecting him. And I didn't want to get, she started calling me a nonce because I had a camera. It's too much. People saying I'm a pussy, but it can backfire, especially the police are on their side. But I'm saying what's going on in Dublin, mate. It's only because England's more populated that they're able to hide these migrants more. But it does happen, mate. We're getting the same shit here. Anyway, let's not talk about conspiracy. My girlfriend and man went to Dublin yesterday and she never heard about the riot. Okay, I think it was only a small little isolated riot. I don't think it was as big as they made out, but they're showing on the news because the car got set on fire. But it was isolated to the hotel. It wasn't like a riot throughout the whole of Dublin. Conor and Tommy. Conor McGregor and Tommy. Yeah, they should link up, definitely. A lot of people don't like Tommy because he's a Zionist. I think he just thinks Israel should have a country. Jewish people should have a country. But I think Israel is controlled by the same people that are controlling us. You might call them the Jews, but it's Masons as well. It's the whole banking cartel, which is mostly Jews, but a lot of them were born out of Freemasonry. Freemasonry come from the Knights Templar, who were the European bankers at the time. So it's just the head of the snake is the financial system. Some people say it's all the Jews. It's mostly Jews, correct, but most Jewish people are affected by it. Most Israeli people were injected more than anyone else by the COVID vaccines. You know, Israel gets destroyed. That's what they're planning. I mean, it won't be destroyed completely, but if you read, I want to do a video soon on Mark because no one's done a video on this. I've seen all the conspiracy theories on Instagram, and I spotted this years, like 15 years ago, but they're all following Albert Pike's plan for 3 world wars. It's the most interesting bit of literature you could ever read. And I got AI to compare every prediction, right, to what is currently going on. It says, wow, even the AI was like, wow, this is uncanny. Like, even though it's strikingly similarity, we can't AI is trying to gaslight me into not accepting these facts. But literally, they predicted World War One. They said there'll be a revolution in Russia that will overthrow the Tsars. That's exactly what happened. It says there'll be a fascist leader in World War II that will rise in Germany, and then he will execute Jews. And then it said the Third World War will be the Muslims versus Zionists. But the Western nations will side with the Zionists, and then there'll be an economic collapse. And it's funny because the economy is literally going that way. They're trying to reset everything, and that's what they want. So they want civil war and economic collapse. And this is what's written in this book, Plan for Free. And you only read Albert Pike when you're a 33-degree Mason. So anytime you come across his literature, it's part of the 33 degree. So it's 100%. They are following. They're like the Book of Revelations, but because they're in the Bible, they say God created evil, but they didn't. God created free will, which gave rise to us being evil. But this Kabbalah belief is duality of God, so they are part of God's if they want to be. There's 2 different paths, if you like. Same with Masonry. They have the black and white tiles. It's just showing you the duality of God. And they also have the 2 upside down triangles. Fantastic Calais. Oh my God. Huh? He's on my fucking YouTube, the bastard. Fantastic Cow. Huh? Who's on my fucking YouTube? Mickey, have your money. You dirty little bastard. He signed into my YouTube. How the fuck has he signed into my... He's got my phone, guys. He's nicked my phone. Little scabby bastard. Dude, you're so stupid. Did you know how serious that offense is, Paul? By the way, guys, in case you know what's going on, he's logged into my YouTube. The only way you can log into my YouTube is my account, because my Google account is obviously signed in from my phone still. The day after I coming back, he was liking all of Jessica's pictures because he wants to shag Jimmy's wife. He's a creep. He was liking all her pictures from my Instagram because she blocked him. So he's liking, and now he's signed in. If you see me typing, have I typed? Little rat bag. Look, ha 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 ha. Get the fuck off here now. So I'm going to have to sign out of here now, guys. I'll try to keep the YouTube running. It just confirms you nicked my phone. You fucking fool. I got the police involved. You're that delusional. You think I'm not going to press charges? You're looking at 5 years, mate. So pay up. The fallen angels are ruling the Mason, yes. But the thing is with Christians, right? I consider myself a Christian. This is serious. He's got my phone, guys. This isn't a joke. You've seen me not typing, yeah? You've seen me not typing. How is he doing that? How is Mickey? Still your identity? I'm not typing. Little ratbag's logged in. I dare you, Mickey. Still my identity. Still your identity. Shadow Grapist, yeah. Sorry, that was a really good question. You asked me about the fallen angels. Yeah, so a lot of Christians, they don't want to talk alien. We're at the center of the universe. We're at the center of the universe. There's no reason why you can't believe all of it. There's no reason why I mean, even the Mormons are based on a fraudster who created that religion, but they believe you can become God. But what I'm saying is, I believe the God of the Bible, the Old Testament, are aliens, nameless species, and the devil is an adversary to them. The fallen ones were an adversary, but I believe they were potentially the same race of beings, the Elohim. And I've seen these Elohim creatures. They're about 10 foot tall. Doesn't tell you that in the Bible, but trust me, the only reason you have a hybrid that's 20 foot tall is if the other race is taller as well. So you'd have to be a human. If humans on average 5 foot, it'd have to be a race of beings in between them to create a 20-foot giant. So the Elohim are about 10 foot tall. And there's a video in Brazil where they're walking along a mountain. You might have seen it with binoculars. That is a real alien. But they don't want to go there, the Christians, right? Because to me, like, God is more decentralized. It's like we're all connected to a spiritual force, like the Holy Spirit. That's like, to me, that's an energy, and it's like a cosmic web. If you look at the universe, it looks like a brain. Put a brain and the universe next to each other, so all those little neurons that interconnect, they create these nebula clouds. They're like neural networks. So yeah, I think the universe is just a big brain. And each black hole is someone's eyeball. And when you go into that black hole, it's another human being. It's like we're all connected to this web of cosmic intelligence, right? But you can have physical gods. So the aliens, there's two different types of aliens. Like on Earth, we have good people, we have bad people. We have good aliens, we have bad aliens. And there's no reason why Jesus Christ can't have that divine light of the universe inside him, that creative force, that spark. But I believe others could potentially reach that spirituality, maybe. But yeah, I do believe fallen angels are aliens. I don't think they're demons. I think they're aliens. They gave us knowledge. They teach us some stuff. And if you look at the Shroud of Turin, like, look at that thing. That was glowing with light, mate. Whoever had made that image on that cloth. So it's either aliens or... And if that's real, then you got to accept Jesus is coming back. And every 2,000 years, there's a massive event on this planet. Okay, and it's exactly 2000 year 2033. So that's when New World Order comes into effect in the year 2030, and then there's 3.5 years of tribulation once they sign that deal, and that's when these beings apparently return. Some say they're on that ship, Atlas 3B. Okay, let's go through these comments. It's a fake account, Mickey, not the same time period. Block him. It's a fake account. This guy might be extremely intelligent. Let's have a look. Micky TV. It's got a different picture of me as well, the little bastard. Yeah, so he hasn't logged in. Joined 7 months ago. Well done, brother. Yeah, because this account was started for 13 years ago. Game over, Mickey. Yeah, well, he had me there. I thought it was Paul. But we're doing better, guys. We've got 38 in the house today. Last time we had 30. But I prefer the screen share, because we can talk, we can play poker, we can go on YouTube. They believe their Messiah will take the throne on Earth. Yeah, so my theory is the Messiah will be like a CIA MI5 person, and they've already got that person. He's called the Mahdi. Look him up. He's based in Crewe. If you know where Crewe is in the UK, they're trying to make him. Because I was in Manchester. I was going to make a vlog, but unfortunately that wanker stole my phone. But I was interviewing this guy who reckons the Mahdi. He's like a sincere Muslim. I looked him in the eye. I said, look, we're both on this one, bruv. I also believe the Mahdi is coming. But I believe he is an MI5 CIA asset. Okay, of course he will be. And that 3.5 year deal, okay, it says in the Bible there'll be a 7-year peace treaty. But in the Quran it says there'll be a 7-year peace treaty as well at the end time. So they're both saying there's going to be a 7-year peace treaty. The difference is in the Quran it says that the Mahdi brings in the 7-year peace treaty. And in 3.5 years that rule is broken. In the Bible it says those that strike the back of the neck, beheaders. Yeah, and also something gives you another clue. All the surrounding nations of Israel, that were Christian countries, are Islamic. If the devil's going to create a counterfeit religion, it's going to be as big as Christianity or or the next best thing, and which is Islam. Again, it's obvious. So pretty much the whole world is a stage. So everything that happened through history, both sides were played. Nothing ever happens organically. So the financial system basically control both sides. So yeah, they win it apparently, and that's what it says in Albert Pike's book. So guys, we're going to do a video. That's going to be like, as long as he's doing, mate, he said be multi-dimensional. So I'm going to try auditing. We're going to try conspiracy videos. We're going to try news, do a news channel. I ain't got a job now, so I'm scrap broke. I'm going to have to do something, aren't I? The Mahdi. The Mahdi is the Antichrist. They will accept him as the Antichrist. And yeah, but the Jews confuse me because I looked into it, right? And I know the whole biblical book could be the elites fucking us from day one. So they might not be prophecies. They might be self-fulfilling prophecies. I have drawn that into equations. But even the Zoroastrians, the oldest religion on earth, said there'll be the one, the Messiah that will come. And they talked about Judgment Days. All these concepts all go back to the oldest religion. But if you were an atheist, you could just say it's aliens. I have no problem in that. I have no problem in putting aliens into my religious belief. I have no problem with that at all. Because on the Bible, it just says the new kingdom. They don't talk about heaven and hell. They talk about Hades. They don't ever when they talk about the new kingdom, it's a physical place on earth. They're literally talking about a new society where we live amongst the gods. Because Elohim is plural. So they don't distinguish themselves from each other. There might be a hierarchy, but they believe the Messiah will take the throne on earth. Sorry, I'll keep going these comments. So I'm well back. In Crewe though, Mickey, yeah? Sam Dossett in Crewe though. Yeah, so the Mahdi is based in Crewe. Have a look. Mahdi, Peace and Light. His YouTube channel ain't organic. There's nothing organic about it. It's like highly professional, proper graphics artist doing all his thumbnails, proper lighting. But you do a little background check. The guy was into cinematography, so they funded the right man, basically. But you can see he's a plant. You can see this guy ain't no fucking Muslim, man. I know they say it's like a sect of Islam, but he's just got CIA written all over him. And you know he's a CIA because he made that prediction, didn't he? He made that prediction before someone got killed. He said something. He said something, and then it happened. I can't remember what it was. So I think there'll be more of those incidents, but I don't think it'll work with this guy because this is a miss. We'll see straight through him, you know. Has Tommy Robinson sold out? No, I think Tommy Robinson has always been a little simp for the Israelis. I mean, the Israelis are nice people. I like them as well, to be honest with you, but some of them are just sadistic bastards, aren't they? I don't know. Who's blowing up these churches? Apparently, that's just normal rogue soldiers, and it's not. Then why are they killing all these kids? And then you read in the Bible that they've always done that. They've always loved chopping up little kids and feeding them to Molech. You know, why stand down? Does Tommy know about the stand down order? But then there's the way you see it from their eyes. Like they could never justify what they really wanted to do anyway, so they had to be that they. But what I don't get is why did you allow them to have the country in the first place? I know it sounds sick, but it would have so. You could have predicted these problems because the Muslims aren't. They're told in their Quran, it says, if someone takes land off you, you fight to death forever until you get your land back. It tells them that in their Quran, so they're only following their book. So if you knew that, why would you partition them off into a little prison where they're going to attack you unless you wanted them to attack you? And they funded Hamas. So they funded Hamas. They cry when they attack them, but then they do nothing for, they say 6 hours, but I'm pretty sure it was 12 hours. Let's just go 6, but you know, you could get there in a jet plane in like 2 minutes from Jerusalem, wherever the nearest army base is. A helicopter would take 45 minutes. So why did they not do anything? So I get it, they don't want them living there, like fuck off sort of thing. Like, or they should be under Israel authority. Like, you vote for, one country, dude. The thing is, the Muslims, they want to be in control. They want to have their own political system. Otherwise, they could have just been one happy Israel together, couldn't they? From the beginning, but they created this separate country thing. But apparently, the British did that. The British were like, "Oh, like, even though we're like creating Israel, we're going to let the Muslims have this part because they helped us win this battle." It's to the Belfast Agreement. But that agreement there created the future problems they have today. And I sort of agree with that because from the beginning, I just thought these people were never this oil and water don't mix. But you shouldn't put them in a little partition. Nah. So now you get the problems 100 times worse 80 years later because the population's gone up. So I just sort of tried to stay out of this war shit because, like, the thing is, like, do you think if Israel got wiped off the map tomorrow, do you think all the problems in the world would go away? No, because those ruling elite, most of them aren't in Israel, are they? But they'll make it look like, oh, problem solved. But the problem just begun. So, yeah, I just think, like, people hate English people because of what we did in Iraq and what we did in the Middle East. But that was lobbied by Israelis, yeah? So was it us going to war? Was it Netanyahu invading all these countries? Like, the point I'm making is, like, you got to separate the Israeli people, the average Jew, from the people that are in power, because they're two different people. I'm pretty sure most of those, well, I can't say that. I think most of the Jews are pro-Zionists. They've been brainwashed so much. Of course, they're going to be that way. But no, I'm very conspiratorial minded. I go right in I overthink things, but I seem to spot things straight away with that story that literally as it's unfolding. I think, why are those people in plastic zip ties? And they can break that wrapping. That makes sense. I don't think 1,000 people got murdered. No, I think a lot of people did get killed. Maybe they did. I can't really say. It's not fair, is it? But I just don't trust. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. But I just don't think. If I know if I met the average Jewish person, I'd probably like them 10 times more than I would a Muslim. There are decent Muslims out there, but most of them are rude, in my experience. Most of them are very fucking rude. I know it's a cultural thing, but still, at least the Jews, they still vow to the principle, do unto others what one would do to you. So when they say Judeo-Christian values, that's what they mean. They mean those values right there, the golden rules. Muslims don't stick to the golden rules. But yeah, there is a conspiracy to collapse the economy. It's going to be happening soon. You need to buy as much XRP as you can. Unfortunately, I'm broke and I sold it all. XRP is going to be the bridge between all the world currencies, but it's all going to be tied to a digital ID, fortunately. So the whole money system is going to change. And there's not a lot can we do about it, really. I hope we can. I mean, it seems people are waking up. It does. But when I look at all the young children breeding with all these immigrants, literally the majority of them are sleeping with all the coloured people now. Like, that means the next generation in 50 years' time is not, half of them are not even going to be white. White people will be a minority in the UK. I'll be dead then anyway. I'll be about 80 years old. But you can do the calculations. We're fucked. And it's all done it's all done. It's not by chance. Right, next questions, guys, because I talk a lot. He had another homeless fella in his house he met on beach. MTS, back who has the Mickey. Back who had house he met on. Okay, he had another homeless fella in his house he met on beach. MTS, back. What does that guy's mean? MTS, I'm a bit stupid. Back. Who was he, Mickey? Oh, okay. He met on beach. So I don't know because I haven't been following him. I haven't. Maybe someone can help. But he had homeless Tommy live with him. Let's get straight. I was never a homeless man. I'm never homeless, man. I come there to fight originally, and then he wanted to make a fool out of me. The reason he calls me homeless, man, he says it's because of homeless Michael, right? But it's just he's tramp. He's a scruff. He's scruffier than a scruff. What's scruffier than a scruff? Well, I wouldn't say agree because I think most homeless people walk around tidier than I do. But I'm saying that's his mindset. He had to belittle me. Otherwise, it was never going to be work between me and him. Yeah, homeless Tommy. Yeah. That's it. Yes, Tommy, I think. That's it. Yeah, Tommy. Who's that man? Now, he's right. Tommy, I like him. Cool guy. He's an alcoholic. He went back there, but only Tommy could last 2 days with him. I don't think anyone could. Well, I did nearly 3 weeks. This guy's not dead. What happened with Sky, though? Like, what do you think he should do with Sky? Because I think that dog is purring itself, and it's only like the average Alsatian only lives for 12 years, and Sky is 10. I think he should put him down, but Sky's not in a lot of pain. But then, do you know if a dog is in pain? Micky, have you met Tim TV, Shadow's brother? No, I've heard about him. He's like a religious nutcase. He goes into churches and starts breaking up their like artifacts and stuff. He went to prison for, I think he snapped a scroll in half or something. It was like 1,000 years old. He did something crazy. Micky, have you met him? No, have you met Timmy TV? Is he on YouTube? Is Tim TV on YouTube? He's a bit zesty, Tim, isn't he? Is he currently on YouTube now? In rollerblades on back legs. Yeah, that's what I said. Why don't you get these cross-terrain wheels? His argument was because Sky would hate that more than not having wheels because he can't just easily come in and out of the house. The wheels have to come in and off and on all the time because his grass is like sometimes it's long grass, it's short grass. Like he wouldn't be able to move through the long grass with those wheels on, but maybe the dog's smart enough to know that he can't go on long grass. Yeah, well, you guys should speak to him and tell him about that because, like, I think it's important he does the right thing. I didn't think it was a bad decision having the dog put down considering its age. Oh, yeah, sorry. So, yeah, he could have an operation, but again, it's to do with the age. It's too old to have an operation. So, it gives money. But yeah, I want to speak about this Bash fight. So, what are people saying? Do you think that's a bad idea? I mean, Bash gets the biggest numbers, but he's sick. I get it. He's an alcoholic, but he's not having a real fight. It's a fake fight. I don't know. I can see it backfiring on me. See it backfiring at me. Shadow is very similar to Charlie Zenoff. Both threw their mouthpiece out the ring in their pro debut. Did he? I didn't know that. Yeah, but did you know what I said to Paul? You probably got this on video. I said it to him. I said, your first fight in boxing, your first few, maybe your first 5. It's all about how you conserve your energy, man. He was trying to knock him out on every punch. I said multiple times that you need to give yourself count to 10 before you start engaging with him, and don't try to knock him out with every shot. Only your setups you put the power into. Like you just flick a jab out, you set a shot up. He's always going to move out, especially that guy who's fighting. The thing is, people don't understand about journeymen. They are the masters of not getting knocked out. You shouldn't even try to knock out a journeyman, especially in pro boxing, because in pro boxing, if a journeyman gets knocked out, he gets banned from fighting for 3 months, so his brain can recover. So that the journeymen tend to go on the back foot and just defend. It doesn't matter how good you are, you're not going to knock out someone who's defending 99% of the time. So similar to that guy. That guy's just going to move. That's why I had that strategy of coming in and grabbing onto something because he was, I looked at his fights, he was always back, moving his head out of the way. And I just said, look, just grab his head and just hit him. And I think that was a good strategy because all the shots he knocked him down on, it was exactly that. He had hold of him, boff, smacked him. So my strategy did work. But then when I thought about it, I said, hang on, mate, this guy is going to wear him out, trying to knock him out. Knocking him out shouldn't even be in the picture. Maybe Brittany, because Brittany's going to try to put Paul out. They both want to win. Whereas this guy doesn't care if he wins or loses. It's just another day at the office. He'd rather go home without any injuries. So I think the setups what I was putting on it, the strategy was perfect, as in how to hurt the guy. But the whole game plan, no, because I think Paul would have been better just waiting for him to come to him and then counter-strike him and just hurting the guy every now and then. Because that Nathan Pearce wasn't very good at all. I heard you tell him it's all about pacing yourself. Yeah, I know, but I would tell myself that 1,000 times and I'd still load up on every shot. The anxiety gets you so much, you panic and you think if you just knock him out, the whole fight will be over. So you can't tell him that. But I wish I told him it more in the ring, like Paul. But he still wouldn't have listened anyway. Like, I think if he has a rematch with him, he'll beat him as long as he just doesn't try to load up on every shot. He'll be fine. Because even when Paul was boxing him, he was beating him. But Paul was just, after he threw a shot, the thing I told Paul, first thing I taught him was every time you throw a punch, you roll, you move, or you react. One of them, it doesn't matter. You do not stay there. And then what he kept doing, he'd throw punches and he'd just stand there in the pocket, like waiting for him to hit him. I'm like, are you fucking serious? You're just going to... Luckily, the man wasn't trying to hurt Paul. He's in defensive mode. Like, you can't just stand in front of your opponent after you've thrown a shot. So he did some really, really amateur mistakes in that fight. But like I said, you gotta pace yourself. When Alsatian's back legs go, there is nothing you can do. I have had to. Never again. Hurts too much. Better getting the poor thing put down, Mickey. Yeah, because of his age. Like, so there's nothing you can do. You can't even have an operation. Sometimes we can have an operation. And I had some of an Alsatian. I don't think it's all Alsatians. I think it's particular breeds. A lot of these dogs have genetic conditions like a British Bulldog. They die early because they can't breathe. Homeless Mickey V who? Yeah, never. Don't listen to me, especially me. He listens to Jimmy, though. He listens to Jimmy. For some reason, he respects Jimmy. But you can't even tell him, like... you can't even tell him basic things without him screaming at you. He is fucked. He's the most extreme narcissist I've ever come across. I remember when he was editing his video, I was like, bro, like you're taking hours to do something you can do in seconds. I was like, just let me plug my mouse in. Sorry, dribble. That's what he's like. I've been doing it for 4 years. 4 years. I said, you can't be that fucking good then, can you, mate? Considering most YouTubers make it within a year, get 100 subs. If you're gonna, that's what you consider making it. 100,000 subs. He's got 100,000 subs. They're not real subs, are they? They come in on a fucking viral video. They never stuck around. What I'm saying is, you can't tell him anything. Even if it's like, just give him. You can't use the word help. I've noticed that. You have to restructure your whole dialogue with him. You're like, instead of saying help, you got to say, I just had an idea, or do you know what I think? Or do you have to word it in such a way. He is psychotic. He's psychotic. And that's what I mean. I walked on eggshells to give people entertainment. You know, I'll never get pussy ever again because this homeless Mickey character. It's all good laughs for you guys, you know. But when I go speak to women now, yeah, they don't see Mickey Miller, stud, fucking six pack. Yeah, they see some homeless guy fucking being fed by some grizzly Irish man being raped by migrants outside a home. Sorry, can't say that either, but you know what I'm saying. That's what they think of. So he's ruined my life. But I signed up to it, so I can't blame him. But hopefully we can break it on this auditing thing, auditing Britain. Yeah. I mean, I think I can do better than DJ Media. I think I can do a bit better than he does. You have to be a bit lucky though, that auditing. You have to, you can find the action, but I'm like a magnet for drama. So I don't think I have to find it. Oh, I think it will just come to me. What do you think of all these people sending money to Revolut? You mean his Revolut? I don't think he gets as much money as you think. I think you should, like, if you were a small time YouTuber, yeah, I think it's a brilliant thing. Everyone helping each other out, helping to raise a platform, being part of the community in its early stages, like in a modest affair, like. But him just gambling the money and picking his face out with pork sausages. Like, really? Is that where my money's going? In your fucking belly and in your fucking mouth? I really hate gamblers, man. I'm a waste. I'm a loser. I lose everything because I've got ADHD. I lost my passport. I lost my phone. I pretty much lost everything on that trip. I can't even get money out of my bank because I've got no bank card. I lost everything. But I don't gamble. I play poker. Yeah, I play penny poker. I play it for fun. I don't gamble. So what do I think? I don't think it's bad per se there because they're just trying to help the guy out, aren't they? Trying to support him. I don't think that's a bad thing, but it's who do they know what he's spending the money on? He probably wasn't telling you half he was getting. He said the trip to the fight cost 4K. He probably wasn't telling you half. The trip cost 4K. Well, on average, those hotel rooms. He got on the trains free with me. I saved him loads of money. He would never have been. Like, he doesn't know how to move around trains like I do. In that whole entire trip, we never got a ticket. We never even got asked for a ticket because I know how to move around. But what I'm saying is the hotels are 60 quid. He's only paying an extra £5 for a split bed. And the only reason you don't do that is because the hotel's full up. They don't have any twin beds, but it's a lot cheaper hotel. So go to that hotel to save a tenner. On average, you're saving like a tenner for us sharing a bed. And because of him doing that, we couldn't. It cost me nearly 1,500 quid the whole trip. About £1,000. Now I probably spent £1,000 if I'm being honest. But that's only because 2 weeks. Sorry, the 2 week I stayed at his, didn't we? So I saved money then. But the whole trip cost him £2,000. Because he's gambling. I mean, okay, £60 a hotel, and he stayed there for 2 weeks, so that's 14 days. 14 days times 400, 200, 600. So £600 in hotels on the average rate he was paying, 60 quid. So £600 and food, he shouldn't be spending more on both of us. He could get away with 30, 40 quid a day. 600 to 1,200, yes. So 12. He could have done the whole trip on about 1,500 quid. And that's having like 20, 30 quid a day each on food, 20 quid a day on each food, 40 quid a day. I calculated down £40 a day for food, which is you can do it cheaper than that. He wasn't buying me food every day, mate. So this expenses he says he gave me, the YouTube money's a piece of poo. There's that YouTube money. He was on those lives most of the time. I wouldn't even expect half. I'd expect at least a third. I expect a few hundred quid. If he would have gave me a few hundred quid out of his fight money, even 150, I come back broke without a penny on my name. There's no god chance I'm asking money off my mother again. I'll never ask money off my mother. I had to get a voucher from the council. That's how broke I was, so I could get food. I'm still struggling right now because I've had to pay money back from when I borrowed money before I could get the voucher. Like I said, I was waiting on money. But he got at least £1,000 for his fight, that's for sure. He wouldn't have got the streaming money until a week after. But he at least sold 50 streams. So he didn't make loads of money. But I used to pay my cornermen 20%. I give them 200 quid just for coming up with me. So if I got 800 quid, they get 200 quid. Well, the average corner man, I gave him 100, 100 to 150. But if I got 800 quid, yeah, I'd give him 25%. That's how I do it. But I value a good corner man. Like, he made a commitment that he would give me half his YouTube, which is, like, again, it's not a lot of money. He probably gets about $1,000 a month on his YouTube. He gets between 500 to $1,000. And that was a good week. Those vlogging videos were getting 20,000 views, I think. So that was a good week of YouTube. So yeah, he could have paid me a bit of money out of his fight money. But that was the whole point. I said, listen, Paul, you need to give me something this time, because I'm not willing to be your slave. It's like saying I'm coming for a holiday. It's not really a holiday. It's more like a prison. I'm literally stuck in your house. And when I got there, he wasn't even going to lend me his bike the first few days. I was like, you fucking what? So you're not lending me your car. You're not going to let me go on your bike. You're going to have to let me go on a bike, mate, because I'm going home tomorrow. I'm not being a little prisoner into your fucking house, mate. It's a beautiful country, yeah, but that's why I started going cliff exploring. It's fucking, it's like a prison there, man. It's like a prison there. It'd be beautiful if you actually lived like a farmer. At least you got something to do in the day, haven't you? Sorry, he got $2,000 last month on 1 million views. Oh my god. He's a scumbag. But think about it, right? The guy is so dark, he needs someone like me as a distraction. So, like, to make him look less bad. Because on his own, he can't hide his little rat. The little rat comes out of him sometimes. You see it. Like, he passes it off as comedy, but that's just him, the real him coming out, right? He needed me. He did. And, like, whether you agreed with that shit that happened with those girls or not, we're going to do, that's my next video, by the way. Commentary on that fight with the video. So we go over the whole thing, what happened, how it transpired, why the police were in the wrong, and why the police are getting sued. That's going to be a whole video. That'll be the first video, because I haven't done a video yet, really. That's going to be the first one I do. But he has got over 1 million views. You see the scummy little bastard? And guys, you think, well, after what happened, I said to you, I can't look that man in the eye without seeing this monster. Do you really mean that? It's not an act. I literally see a monster when I look at him now. I don't see... That's why his little grooming thing don't work. I just see a monster. But does that surprise me? No. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on all 3. Oh, well, shame on me and you. But what I'm saying is, he didn't pay me the first time. He didn't pay me the second time. And raising my profile isn't getting me a fight on BKS. It hasn't worked, has it? Because I've got a bigger name than the majority of those BKFC fighters now. Might not be massive, but they're not massive either. I'm associated with a bacon now. So, like, self-promoting what? I've done the self-promotional work. I've got a few thousand followers. And my followers didn't come from Paul, by the way. They come from Bash. Me doing exactly what Paul did. Fighting a drunk man. Except I didn't hurt him. I let him beat me up. And now everyone thinks it's real. 80% of people that have seen that video think it's real. Which is what I would have asked for, because that's the whole point of it, to look real. Like I said, the rematch now, it's on the cards. Like I said, I'm broke. I need to make some money. I want to see if this no rule shit can kick off. Imagine if we didn't need a promoter and we could just host fucking fights in the local park, in the field somewhere. Yeah, it'd be fucking awesome. So yeah, like, you pissed me off now, fella, whoever that was. Cow. He showed us, what a little scumbag, little sleech. told me he got paid on the 29th. Like, so he already knows how much he's getting. He's earned. He earned the money. They don't pay that money until the end of the next month, though, right? So it rolls on. So it's 30 days. So what he gets this month will be what he made the month before. But yeah, exactly. He's made $2,000, and he would have known that $2,000 was coming. But what the little scabby bastard does, yeah, scummy, scabby, slimy, just like Jimmy, they are the same as far as I'm concerned. They are cut from the same cloth. He could have gave him some money out of his fight money. He could have. I'm broke. I'm starving. But that little scabby bastard, if he's got any spare money, this is why he doesn't have any cloths in his kitchen. He doesn't have a scouring pad. I'm cleaning the kitchen with a debit card. That's what I'm cleaning the kitchen with, yeah? He'll just gamble it. And he's not even good at gambling. He's the worst gambler I've ever seen in my life. Every gamble he does is based on greed. It's like 100 to 1 bet. Yeah, it's 200 quid. At least, like, make a counter bet or something. My dad used to always win. My dad was a gambler, but he used to win like half his bets. This man doesn't win any of his bets. He's got the worst traits of a human being. I don't want to stand here and slate him, but you're pissing me off bringing his name up. I'm trying to separate myself from this man. But yeah, the Shadow Bacon fight is on the cards. I'm willing to fight Bacon Boy. I'm willing. He'd be a scary fight to have, but I'm just not scared of him. Or I've lived with him for so long, I know all his strengths and weaknesses. He is such a lazy bum. But the thing is, he's not lazy. When it comes to social media, he'll be on live 4 or 5 hours a day. He'll post all these reels and he's actually very productive. But when it comes to physical exercise, he is a bum. Can't even do 5 press-ups. Fucking 120 press-ups in 60 seconds. This guy, man, can't even... I don't think he can do 2 press-ups. I really don't. You'd have to do them on his knees. So yeah, guys, we got more followers. We got more on live now. Send us your Revolut. Oh, you send me some money, brother. That'd be very nice, you Sam. But I don't have Revolut. So Revolut, you need account and sort code or not? Like, do they give you your own? I don't get it. Why does it have to be Revolut to Revolut? Oh, I get it. If you have Revolut, you can only send to Revolut. You can't send to other banks. Yeah, they said I was a Russian association. No, they said I'm a Russian actor because I work for a crypto company and they were paying me. I don't know if it's anything to do with that, but they were sending Russian people I work for, and Revolut said that they said I was at Russian connections or something like that, something to do with Russia. They wouldn't let me have it. AF Construction Limited Dublin is Shadow's brother, Andrew Flaherty. Okay. Yeah, one of them is a multi-millionaire. Probably that one there. Yeah, guys, I'd like some money for food. That'd be brilliant. I got a PayPal. I'll put my PayPal here if anyone wants to help me out, even if it's for a tenner. You know. But I got a voucher. I got food. Ours is shut, but you'll never catch me asking for money. But I'm going to do a GoFundMe for these migrants. I think I have to do it, even though everyone's telling me that the government will stop me. They go, oh, so what? I'll go to prison for it. I'll be like Tommy Robinson, you know. I don't mind making the sacrifice. I don't mind going to jail for a noble cause. But I'm just convinced I can stop these boats. But I know they're only like 10% of the actual migrant crisis. They're all coming in on student visas. The majority of them. Right. So how do I make a little comment here? So I can't comment on my own fucking. Okay. I can't comment on my own thing. Hello? I can't do it. Go on, Tam, number one, boss. So, yes. So, can someone tell me what's Paul saying? What's his YouTube been like? Because I blocked his channel. Is he going to tell me what's going on there? Is he... Okay, what about this Bash, guys? Can I have some feedback on this Bash fight? Do you think this is a really bad idea? Do you think this is a bad idea or not? So he says they're talking shit. Yeah, but do you not think Paul, he's not very political, is he? You know, at least we have a political discussion. At least we have a political discussion, you know. He has a heart condition. Yeah, that's what I said. He says there's nothing wrong with him, but I don't trust what Bash is telling me. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame because he's the only one with the fucking numbers. But obviously, with me and Bash, it wasn't going to be a real fight. You know that, yeah? So jiu-jitsu wasn't going to hurt him, but he could have a heart attack. He could. He could. And I don't know because they're not going to tell me what actually is going on with his medical thing. Yeah, I'll leave Bash. Yeah, the thing is that Bash... But all I wanted was an experiment. I wanted to see if those numbers can be converted or funneled into a pay-per-view. I don't need Bash. I think Hapgood does good numbers, but no, Bash is doing the biggest numbers. He's doing the biggest numbers. But yeah, Hapgood. I think me and Hapgood would be a good fight, wouldn't it? Do you guys know who Joseph Hapgood is? Or was he too small? BKB from Bournemouth. Yeah, BKB is from Bournemouth. Yeah, the thing is, the bare knuckle shows, okay? Like, they'll only give me heavyweights. They won't give me a fair fight. Because most of them are unlicensed local fighters. They're not as good as me, no offense. They're not going to pay for me to beat them up, are they? They're only going to pay if I get beaten up by them. And there's not a lot of people... And my profile isn't high enough for them to risk me against one of their top lads. You know what I'm saying? So someone who is a good pro BKB fighter wouldn't look at Mickey Miller with a 0-0 record, think, fuck me, oh, this is a good fight. It's not they're scared. They're not going to pay me. I would want minimum 800 quid to fight them. But they might now. Now I do a few numbers on Instagram. They might do. But then if I'm going to fight someone high level, it has to be on BKFC. Because that's the only reason I accept it. Because I think, well, it's not a fair fight anyway. This guy's had over 30 bare knuckle fights, or 20, or how many? Well, it's probably not that much exaggeration. I'm just saying, BKFC should have me on there. Like, they should. But we're not at that level yet. That's why once I get to 15,000 followers, then they have to have me on there. Because I've noticed that's sort of the average amount people have when they fight on BKFC. All unemployed. Yeah. There's no market there. You're right. The big bare knuckle, there is no market. That's what I say. It's limited reach. It's big in America, but only in like the redneck cities. Like, it's not big everywhere in America. I think Conor McGregor's made a bad investment now. I think like it's never going to be as big as UFC. Never, never, never. The security guard never had a chance. He did actually. He did have a little chance because I've put the full video on there now because I got a bit of the extra video I watched. I really had to fight to get that position. I had to take him to that wall. I had to take him to the door. So I had a bit of strength to stop him from putting me down. He had a chance. He had a chance. He had weight on his side. Youth. But I've taken out loads of security guards, but they always get you in numbers. Unfortunately, I had my teeth. Yes, I lost my first tooth. Security punched my tooth out, and the cops didn't even arrest them. They arrested me. They arrested little old me. Again, because I did a little judo throw on him as well. I did an arm. What I did to that security guard was in a nightclub. So the security guard has come behind me. What happens is this bitch shortchanged my mate. And we all just watched the shortchanger. So I'll keep the change, you skank. Or said something to that. I didn't say it. He said it. But she did shortchange him. We all just watched her just literally rob his money off him. And then all of a sudden, a security guard comes up behind me and starts strangling me behind the neck, like a rear naked choke. I got his arm. It's called like you sort of drop on one knee like that. But as you drop, so you got to push him this way a little bit, and then as soon as they come this way, you switch, and then you drop, and then boom, you roll him over your shoulder. So that judo throw, I'm rolling him over my hip. The arm roll goes over the shoulder, so you literally roll him over your shoulder. And I did that to him, and I tried to run out the club, and I said I could waste you, boy, and I didn't hit him. I should have hit him. So I rolled him to the floor, and I didn't even hit him. But I should have hit him. I regret not hitting him. And as I ran out the club, I jumped down the stairs like that, and they just grabbed me, threw me to the floor. And you imagine, got a security guard stood on my neck, security guard stuck on my ankles, all pinning me down, and just getting 3 shots. Bosh, bosh, bosh. And I know that rat's name till this day. And the man shit it. I've never seen him ever since. He must run and hide from me every time. In 15 years, I've never seen this man in Bournemouth, ever. But I still want revenge on this man. I still want his revenge. I forget his name. But it was a bar called the V Bar. It used to be called the V Bar, and they got shut down because they were that violent. A man, it was owned by Turkish men, and Turkish guys literally sliced this man open with a kebab knife, a machete. They nearly left him for dead. Half his face was hanging off. And they shut the club down, and it's owned by another Turkish man, funny enough. It's kept in this, they just changed the name. No, they never shut it down. But it was a very violent place for security. The security, one of the guys used to be my jiu-jitsu partners. I forget his name, Louis Finocchio, he worked there. And he told me they cracked some guy's skull open because they used to throw people out like battering rams. They'd use their head as a battering ram, and they cracked this guy's skull open by using his head as a battering ram. That's how violent his security were. But he's just a prick. He's just an egotistical little wanker. And I embarrassed him, so they beat the fuck out of me. And the cops wouldn't even... my tooth could have been put back in. I'd still have teeth today. None of this Turkish teeth shit. I'd still have teeth today. Those security didn't take my teeth out. And it's horrible. You're just getting smacked and your teeth going down the back of your throat. I lost 2 teeth. Sad. Yeah. And the point I was making is you can take out one security guard, but they've got radios. And that's the shop, isn't it? So there's only one of them. Of course I was going to take them out. No security guard could take me out on their own. Not being funny. When they're like 140 stone, you can't do nothing. You might as well run away. That guy's probably about 120, but he's a fat fuck, so you'd have to knock off 20 stone. He's a fat fuck. I use his belly, his belly rolls. They help me roll him over. Yeah, so basically the co-op, are you familiar with the co-op shop? Okay, so the co-op shop, they have a security force. So instead of being stationed in one shop, they go to many shops. So it's potluck, whether they're out back or not. But when they do come out, they're very militant. They literally will false arrest you and throw you in the store, but they don't realize what powers they have. They're used to doing that shit on nitties, like drug addicts, yeah? And what I'm saying is the drug addicts, they can do what they want to them because no one's going to believe them. It's very easy to get away with shit like that. It's like why these serial killers target them, because they're not reliable witnesses. He obviously thought I was a nitty. I get mistaken as a nitty all the time because of my face. They think I'm a smackhead. I get it everywhere I go. I get followed. If I walk past someone in McDonald's, they pull their handbag near to them. Just got one of them faces. Because I got one of them faces, people like to make guesses. Oh, look, we got a little scumbag here. Is he a thief? Yeah, I think so. That guy, all I did, the candy bar, I just looked at it. It was, you know what it was? A wham bar. I don't know how old you guys here in the comments, but a wham bar basically is a chew bar. It used to be 10p. 10 years ago, you could probably get a wham bar for 10p. And it was 65p. I thought, what the fuck? And I didn't even pick it up. I looked at it. I just looked at it. Looked at it like that. Because that's what the guy says on the camera. Because they never gave me the full camera. I never got the full CCTV. I wanted to show everyone completely. I didn't steal anything. But yeah, the guy told me he wanted to tape. I just looked. But yeah, the reason he's got his clothing there is mufti clothes. He's got his little jacket above. But they're in-house security. So that shop's a franchiser. Yeah, so he'll pay security direct. So those guys are all self-employed and they work directly for the shop, not under a security company, but literally as their own. So who am I going to sue? I'm not going to sue that bum. He got no money. I'm going to sue the franchisee because it's his responsibility. He works for him, and he was working under his instructions. So they tried to give me 8 years because I had what do they call it? A child lock on my car. My ex cheated on me, and I went to the house looking for the cunt whose house it was. I wanted to know where she come out. I was knocking on. I happened to knock on a copper's door, worst door I could have knocked on. She stole my car, so I don't know how I kidnapped her. She stole my car, and the pigs are crap. But I know years later, of course, they took fingerprints. They lied and said they didn't take fingerprints because they know that would support my case. Number one thing the police do is that they detain evidence that helps. They say they haven't got it, or that camera. It's all lies. I never trust the police. But the point I'm saying is, they tried to give me 8 years. I was on remand for 6 months for that. How long was I on remand for until I went to trial? Yeah, 6 months. I did 3 months in Bristol on tag, so I got out halfway through. But this fucker done pretty much the same thing. Because it's me, I can't be a victim to a crime. Police will never accept me as a victim of crime, but that's false imprisonment. I mean, my ex was in that car for about 10 seconds. I was in that shop, locked in, being attacked for at least 3 to 5 minutes. So yeah, unfortunately, it's an agenda. If you're male, you're white, you're straight, or you got a criminal, you can never be a victim. And we've seen this on that video. That woman punched me 5 times. The police looks like he's going to arrest her. Yeah. Everyone's saying that those cops are really professional. That cunt, I know now, that cunt arresting that bird was the one who beat me up. Do you know why? He's the only one without the green light on his camera. Because I knew that was the guy who come to punch me in, that tall fella. And that fucking cop let that woman punch me 5 times. Yet he arrests me for assaulting the woman, apparently, as she's assaulting me. That's what he decided to arrest me for. And then the only thing they could charge me on was resisting arrest. An arrest that should never have even been made. And just as they're about to charge me, I said, listen, Sergeant, I'm sorry, mate. I don't want to have to. It just proves it's not CPS that charge you. Right? They always told me it was the CPS's decision. It's lies. Because I said to the sergeant, I said, listen, Your Honor, yeah? This is foolish what you're doing to me, right? I didn't know you were police, but I see on that video, because I was drunk and remember everything, they do come up. It's obvious they're police. But I said I couldn't see. You didn't approach me from distance. You literally just manhandled me. And at one point, did you say, I am the police? Or read me my rights? Or tell me I'm being arrested? So how can you say I resisted arrest if you never told me I was being arrested? Because you never had no authority to arrest me. You knew if you did tell me you were arresting me, you'd be sued, you fuckers, which they probably will be. But the point is, my friend, the police say, oh, actually, you're right. I don't put my name to this. And he went away and he took charge of the sheet. But Paul is still in charge. And that bitch, obviously, I bet you she didn't get charged, did she? I guarantee the police are so sexist. Most of the scars on my face, right, are from women attacking me all my life, right? I don't know why women up the wrong way. They fucking hit me. I've never had police arrest a woman once, but me, I can't even look at a woman, I get nicked. Look, literally, watch that video. Don't touch the girl. How do they have a right to arrest me? And then say, and then arrest me for resisting arrest that they shouldn't have made in the first place. Fuck the police. Sir Robert, a prod, I see. A prod. A plod or a prod? Or you mean a what's a Protestant? Hey Mickey, did you message Shadow about the last 2 months? He made $2,000, so right, he owes you half. No, but listen, the guy used his brain, yeah, because if he doesn't give me any money, we're never going to work together again, are we? And I think he knows. I couldn't imagine living with that fucking monster. You literally feel all alone, dude. I'm like with his dogs. I can't even focus in his house because, every minute of the day I'm with his dogs, attending to his dogs. So, I mean, Sky, if he was dead, he had a lovely life last few weeks because I was there playing with him, going outside, taking him out, in and out. That little dog, Mike, he needs his ball thrown every fucking 10 seconds. You can't do anything without throwing that dog's ball away. He'll terrorize you all day if you don't throw his stick or his little dirt dog that he carries around in his mouth. You got to throw it. Said hi Scott Grant. Yes, Mickey from Burnley. How you doing, lad? Been to Burnley a few times. Very, 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 very Burnley. My mate's from Burnley as well, actually. We actually call him, that's his name, Burnley. Hey, Mickey, did you message Shadow about last month's revenues? Go down there. Loyalty is royalty, mate. The man scammed you. Sky lives. Yeah, I believe loyalty is royalty. I believe, trust is everything, especially in business. You can't run any successful business without trust. You can't. And how can that man have a cash flow? How can he ever be? If he's going to rob me these stages of it, yeah, and not even give me just say, Mick, because if he was fair to me and say, Mick, okay, you earned this money when I was with you, but let's face it, most of those videos you weren't in those videos. Most of my lives I was hitting a punch bag. Okay, give me some money. Give me what you think I'm worth, because I'm pretty sure most of those views you got were from those vlogs that I heavily participated in. But this is it, mate. Why would I want to go back with him? That's why I'll never, to be mugged off. I do agree you have to do an apprenticeship in anything. Prove your salt. So you shouldn't always go to get paid. I never got paid by Terry Stone. People say, you should have got paid by Terry Stone. No, he's promoting us. But then I probably get more views than Terry Stone on one post. But then still, you're widening your audience. Okay? Yeah, he's just no respect, man. That guy, he sees you as just like a fucking fool. It's hard to explain, man. It's my brother as well. My brother doesn't see me as a brother. I'm not like, this is Mickey. This is my blood brother that I must protect. He literally sees me as like some vessel. Do I have some sort of use for him? Can I sort of get money out of him? Can I? Oh no, is he a threat to me? Maybe I should kill him. Like my brother sees me as some sort of competition. That's how he sees me. It's fucking bizarre. And Paul, when we first started doing this, he really did not want me back at the house. The fans wanted me back at the house. Because if you remember, he tried to replace me straight away with this timeless Tommy guy. And not really funny, I did get a bit upset about that because I thought, me can't replace me. Because he actually gaslighted me into thinking like we were doing something there, like something meaningful, but you couldn't replace me because me and Tommy ain't the same guy. It's like when they try to replace that Phil Mitchell's son on EastEnders. They come in with this little geeky, that's not fucking Phil's son. He had the same sort of vibes, but I think I was more valuable to Paul than he is to me. But I just think Paul brought out, because I ain't got a lot of confidence, so I would never get on a camera. I'm not a social media guy. I'm an introvert. This is why it made me laugh when he called me a narcissist, because I'm the complete opposite as a narcissist, Narcissists wear bright colors like my brother. Like, they don't. No, definitely ain't no narcissist. But everyone who tried to help Paul had a bit of value to them. Like, he tried to push them away, and I said, you need these people. It's not just a one-man thing, Sometimes you need people to come into the mix to get it going. Like, he had a very good cameraman. That guy, Fareed, his name is, he's a very talented man. He's broke, poor guy, you know. It costs him money to help Paul. It's not like he does it in his spare time on the back of a full-time job. He's never paid him. He never got a penny either. Every time Paul promises him money, doesn't pay him. But it'd be different if Paul generally was struggling. But he's not. He's gambling. And he's not even good gambler. He's the worst gambler I've ever seen. Terrible. Terrible, mate. It's like my mate. He just goes on slots Friday. Just half his money on crack, the other half of money doing that with his fucking finger. I was like, you sad cunt. Spending hours that. I said, brother, you've been gambling for the last 15 years. I said, please, just be honest with me. Tell me. Not how much money have you won. You should never ask a gambler how much money they've won. How much money have you withdrew? That's what I want to know. How much money have you withdrew? He looks at me like, none. And you've probably put like 100 grand in the last 50. You make me sick, mate. If you think you know something, I've had clever gambles. I won 5 grand on Trump, right? But the next 4 years later, I lost 5 grand because they rigged the ballot, didn't they? But I thought I had a little bit of inside information. I knew that Illuminati was controlling everything, and they were lying to us in the news. So you gamble. If you think like you got an inside loop or your mate he's in on it. Like, I seen a gamble once for a man who eat pork pies, and literally the guy went and purposely ate a pork pie on in the football stadium, and they made thousands out of it. You used to be able to do streaking. You can gamble on a naked man. That's why I had to stop it, because too many people getting naked and running on the pitch and claiming all that money. Is Jimmy or your older brother, or are we older than him? He's my older brother by about 4 or 5 years. I'm 39, 38. Going to be 39 soon. He's 43, 44. 43, going on to 44, yeah. But he looks better because he's got better hairline, olive skin, better life, better nutrition. What flavours of chong you on, Mickey? I'm the pineapple spice, lovely. Are you on about the vapes? Oh, good point. Let me find that vape. Sorry, brother. You mean weed or you mean like vape? This vape is called raspberry sour. Oh, the weed. I don't know what it is because they don't tell me, but it's too much shitty elbow weed around here. It's all dog. And I don't really like that. I do like it because it hits the spot, but it's really mongy and not a lot of flavour. I like flavour weed. I'd rather pay more money for flavours if I can get it. I don't like paying ridiculous money for it, but I said I don't know. I'm not one of these weed smokers who can tell you like I have a couple of tokes of all that particular strain unless they told me. But dog, I think everyone knows what dog is, right? And certain, you can tell what a haze is. But I like something very oily, high in THC, dense. Any weed that's dense with a lot of oil. Like, you know, when you don't even smoke it, it's just burning away. It's got so much oil in it. That's what I like. What's your mate's name from Burnley? Well, I only know him. His name is Burnley. He's about 70 years old. He's about 65 years old. He's a lift engineer. Funny enough, I only know him as Burnley. That's what he's been called for many years. But he says it's full of packies, and he had to go because he hates packies. Which it is, I suppose, Burnley. It's like Rochdale, isn't it? My granddad was from Rochdale. But I guarantee when my granddad lived in Rochdale, it's not like it's now, is it? I'm saying. Honestly, like I said, I know Burnley's name. Oh. He's a sound lad, though. He's funny. Burnley. I'm Burnley. Yeah, fucking pocket bastards. He's a lift engineer, but he's so fucking miserable and such a stern-faced cunt. He just moans about everything, mate. Can't ask if you ask him for Rizla. Fucking Rizla! Fucking Rizla! Oh, you fucking want me to smoke it? Oh, mate, I just asked you for a fucking Rizzo. You're right. I used to make a fucking. I had to work that cunt for a year, but he was. I like him. He's one of those guys. He's a cunt, but you like him. You know, he's very. You know, he'd be an abattoirist. He used to shoot animals. I think that's it. Fucked him. I think it made him a bit weird in the end. Killing all those animals gets you, doesn't it? Blackburn is like downtown Bangladesh. Yeah. Yeah, so these places like Rochdale, are they literally the majority now? Or are they just in power? That's the thing. Like, even though they're like 30-40% Muslim, they get in power still. And that should be like a wake up tool to the rest of the country because they don't need to be a majority. The block vote. You know what I'm saying? The block vote, they all vote for the same guy. It's like London. They're not, they will be a majority, but they still get in power, don't they? Smoking lemon haze. Yeah, I like lemon haze. But some of these hazes are very leafy. I don't like leafy weed. But I know the medical weed ain't very flavorous, right? But the medical weed, at least it's very nice to smoke. I'm thinking about getting on that, the medical weed. Mostly just in case I get pulled over. At least I can say, oh, I'm allowed to smoke it, you know. But you pay £50 for consultation. And if you have ADHD or anything like that, you can get it, apparently. Where are you living? I'm living in a flat. It's not. It's very nice. I live on my couch, you know. I'm not really got loads of money, you know. There's no ornaments here. It's just a room with a bed in it and a kitchen. I'll give you a tour of my flat tomorrow. But I live in Bournemouth, and Bournemouth is shit, mate. Especially for work. It's like you can't just jump into a job. I mean, you can if you've got a trade. I'm a ground worker, I suppose, but like most of these ground working jobs are quite far. So if I had a car, I could get to work straight away. I could have no problem finding a job. But I had a good, perfect job last time, and I was lucky. But I lost it. I didn't do anything wrong. People just hate me. I had 100% attendance. I solved more blockages than anyone else. I never threw any jobs back. No failures. Like most people, I was good at my job. And they got rid of me, scumbags. I hate big companies. These big companies, they can't, they don't know even what work you're doing. They seem to just guess everything. And then like, I don't know. I don't like big companies. But I need to get back to work. I class myself as a ground worker. I prefer civils, like working on the side of the road. I've got my streetworks ticket. It's just expired though, but I have to do a reassessment. But I've still got my streetworks card. Yeah, but I live in Bournemouth. Bournemouth is shit, really. It's got a nice beach, but we only get like 6 days a year where you go down the beach, maybe less than that. So is it worth living in Bournemouth because you have a beach? It's just nothing here. There's no economy. It's got the highest drug rate per capita. One of the highest. Boscombe, the highest. Boscombe is like, I don't know if you heard of Boscombe in Bournemouth. People think it's a separate town, but it's like outside Bournemouth. And people, they're just walking in the street like zombies. It's just full of smackheads everywhere. And it's because it's a lot of them get sent down there because it's like, you know, for the fresh air and things. So you got a lot of rehab clinics. And Paul Gascoigne was staying down here as well. But yeah, it's just Bournemouth. I hate it really. But it's because I've got family here. I can't seem to get out of here. I wish I could make some online. This is why I want to really become a YouTuber. Become a YouTuber. The world is my oyster. I mean, I did work on like. I mean, you can get computer roles. There are jobs where you can work remotely, aren't there? But really, if I can break out of that 9 to 5 system, mate, the world's my oyster. Like, I mean, since editing videos is a lot of time. What I want to do, I want to get the traction going and then get some video editor come in. I give them 25%. Let you do all my shit. You do my editing. I just want to go out and film and find the action. You edit my videos. Because I procrastinate. I hate all that shit on the computer. So, majority. So you say the majority. Where you living, Mikey? Let's go down. Sorry. Fit birds down Bournemouth, to be fair. Well, there's fit birds everywhere. I don't think there are. There are fit birds everywhere. I actually think they're quite ugly, mate, to be honest. When I see them, much fitter girls up north, much, much fitter. The thing is, I'd probably, if everywhere, the girls think they're better than what they are as well, because it's like social media now. Like, there's so many horny dudes out there that are very good looking, but they just see these bitches as little spunk buckets. They're not interested in going out with them. But these girls think they can get them as boyfriends. So, like, the average guy like me don't have a chance, mate, to get an average girl. I can't go out with an average girl. All the girls I've gone out with, it sounds crazy, are like 9, 10 out of 10s. But they don't love me. They just think, I don't know, I can't get an average. I've tried it. I can either get a pig or a fucking princess. And they're always the most toxic women in the world, because no normal woman would go out of a brokey unless she's fucked up, something wrong with her. So yeah, there's some nice girls everywhere, but I just think in these little rural areas, they're more interbred. They're less good looking. Like, especially pool girls, they're fucking minging, mate. Some of these, like, Bournemouth, actually, I'm stuck in my own little eco bubble around here, like, because Bournemouth's surrounded by councils, like Portsmouth is, but the actual majority of people in Bournemouth are quite middle class. I just don't interact with them. So it is actually quite a rich place. Poole, Sandbanks is one of the richest, supposed to do a lot of work to, is the third richest place in the world to own real estate per square meter. Yeah, Sandbanks. That's where Harry Ramsden lives. Harry Redknapp, sorry. Does Jimmy do a living? He always seems to have money. Does he sponge of parents? No. He doesn't, but my mum has been paying his mortgage, which is disgusting. But Jimmy isn't like me. I'm very wasteful of money. Like, I'll have a fry up in Tesco's, or I'll buy a Costa coffee when I shouldn't. Jimmy can literally live off £2 a day. He is the most resourceful human being ever. But the thing is, he gets sacked from jobs from actually being a wanker. I'm the one who gets sacked from jobs from doing nothing. People just hate me. They hate me. I have no understanding why. Complete opposite to him. I'm a workhorse. But Jimmy gets sacked from job to job. But then I did respect him in the end, because I've worked for a lot of agencies in between jobs. I've worked for these agencies, and they do talk to you like you're a cunt. Because most people who work for agencies are cunts. So catch-22. But not all of us are useless cunts. Some are just cunts. They're not useless cunts. And he won't take shit from anyone. And Jimmy, I remember him strangling a guy, saying, sign the timesheet, buddy. Yesterday as well, 5 o'clock. And like, he's an expert manipulator. So Jimmy worked for a company called Dave Wells. He's the biggest private landlord in Bournemouth, yeah? Multi-millionaire. Rich as fuck, this guy, right? He brought all the drug addicts to Bournemouth, funny enough, right? From Liverpool, a lot of them from Liverpool. But he was able to work for 2 years straight and had guys sign him in for work. So he never did a day's work. But in the end, his wife's mum got jealous that he was getting paid and not working, and snitched him up. But he did that for 2 years. And that's not the first time. He had another guy living with his flat, and I looked the guy in the eye and I said, are you okay, mate? He hasn't done anything to you yet, has he? He said, what do you mean? No, Jimmy's a mate. I was like, well, I got kicked off that hospital because I was his brother, because I had a plumbing job there. They kicked me off. Jimmy lied to me, said I didn't need any tools. There were certain tools they had restrictions on because of the dust. But he lied to me. That's what I mean. Any opportunity, Jimmy tries to ruin it. I tried to give Jimmy, he tries to ruin opportunities for me. But anyway, this guy's a manager of another plumbing firm, and he was managing to get this guy who's living with Jimmy, paying him more money than anyone else. Everyone else is getting 180, 200 a day. Jimmy's getting 250 a day, working 2 hours less than everyone else a day, and not working on a Friday and still getting paid. All right, he's got leverage on the guy. The guy's living with Jimmy. Jimmy's doing him a cheap rent deal. But Jimmy, like you say, he's dumb. Manipulation is a form of intelligence. That guy will manipulate anyone. Like, for his fight persons, I never know anyone to get $5,000 sponsorship money like he does. I think he got 10 grand on his last BKSC fight on all the sponsorship deals. He knows how to talk to people. And I see him as victims, but they all these people that I think are victims, they all love him. He can't see no wrong. I was like, really? Guy living with him, I was like, he hasn't like beat you up and thrown you in a cold shower. Like, it's what he used to do to me. He'd smack me in my bed and then throw me in a cut, start washing all the blood off. He's evil. Because I made a bit of noise, woke him up. He'll wake me up with the lights. Man, I don't know how anyone does it. But this guy, he managed to manipulate him for a while because he lived with him for a good 6 months. And then he's gone. This guy's gone. I know something's happened. And then I seen the guy in Asda, and the guy wouldn't even make eye contact with me. Probably thought I was the devil as well. But I tried to warn him. Give him the eye. Said, you sure you know what you're getting involved in here, boy? Back with the shadow, yeah. Homeless Mickey. Well, I'm glad I come on here. I've got a rough scope of people. People don't want me to fight Bash. He's got a heart condition. I don't think he has got a heart. He has got some, whatever he had with his heart was wrong anyway, but yeah, I can't do that. It's going to backfire. I mean, thing is, I want to do this experiment. I really want to see if this thing can make money, because then it would change the whole game. I just think everyone's been doing it wrong. So yeah, any more questions, guys? Because I'm going to log off in a minute. It's getting late. I mean, I don't go to bed till late anyway. Jimmy doesn't seem to run out of money. Yeah, he doesn't, does he? So he'll get free bread from the fridges, the recycled fridges. And then I can't. I always run out of money. I don't know how I do it, mate. I don't know how I get free. I'm probably not going to last next time I run out of money. But that's why I'm going to go into action mode tomorrow. Because I can't rely on this job. Be finding a job, I mean, by Monday. I don't think it's going to happen. So I'd rather go all out on this YouTube now. This weekend needs to be productive. It has to be productive. I'm going to have practice on my editing skills tomorrow morning. We get a video put out in the evening. And then we're going to have hopefully get this YouTube account monetized. And the day it gets monetized, we go out and we audit. Maybe a fighting auditor. But Jimmy don't run out of money yet, so he lives out of the fridges, and he's got a girlfriend, little 21-year-old thing. I think she's just a cohort, but he's obviously got her off it, so it's a good thing. But how's he going on holiday? How's he going to LA? But he has made some YouTube money, don't forget. He's made some YouTube money recently. He made 15,000 video of me. That would have got 100. But no, I don't get it. How's he going to LA? That's a $2,000 trip. He hasn't fought in the last 3 months. How's he paying for that? All I know is the man is ridiculously good with money. My nan was like a Jewish lady. Yeah, my nan. She's Italian, but she grew up in the war era. They would keep the wrapping paper for the next year. They don't throw anything away. So he must get it from her. But yeah, he doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. He does drink coffee, but he won't buy coffee from McDonald's. He doesn't spend a penny. So he'll eat half his food from the fridge, and then the rest on protein. Ask him. I'm just telling you, the man is very resourceful, and I envy my brother and my mum. My mum is the most resourceful human being on the planet. My mother, fucking hell. My mother works nights 4 days a week. She does work full time because it's 40, 50 hours. Yeah, but she gets paid like 300 quid a week. And my mum goes on 5 holidays a year, owns a house. She owns 2 properties off minimum wage. I made more money when I was 15 than I ever have done. I suppose it's easy. When you're a kid, it's easy to get away with shit. You can do more crime and stuff, so you can make more money. But I was a waster. I waste money. I'm not like Shadow. That's loser shit, gambling, but I'm not good with money. I don't cook. I'm eating sandwiches every day. I'm not making sandwiches. So there's your answer. Shadow owes you half. Yeah, we went through this, Robert. We went through that. And Lake District, yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy got money out of Danny Christie to pay for his fuel. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised, man. Say if a guy offers work, like, Jimmy, like, said, "Oh, Mickey, I've got your day's work. And most people just do that out of nothing. Say if Jimmy gets me a job to work for someone, he's taking half my wages. Trying to pay me like 80 quid to go graft for a day. No, 60 quid. And then taking 40, 50 quid off me. He's cunt. So yeah, he's shrewd. But maybe we should all be like that. Maybe. But I just think Jimmy has a very greedy mindset, and I think he'd make even more money if he was less greedy. You know, instead of trying to shit on people all the time. We're all behind you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Down Syndrome Darren. Right. Right, so don't fight Bash. Smoking haze. Jimmy says you have no money, but he manages to buy meat and go. Yeah. The truth is, he doesn't have money, and I hope my mum ain't paying his rent. He probably gets the dole money whilst he's not working, but he used to bounce from every agency to every agency. His wife kept him work every single day of the week. That's why he couldn't fight. Jimmy would have been a lot better fighter than people think he could have been. His missus was very controlling, but you need that. Sometimes some people need that. And that's why I never put his wife down. I always respected her. But it's hard, guys. That's why it's very important to get a trade behind you when you're young. It's very important, to be self-employed and be self-reliant, because like you can go through those agencies, but once you burn all your bridges, he's burnt all his bridges now. They all know who he is. You can't just bounce from agency to agency no more. So he's going to find it very hard. But what Jimmy has got, I ain't got. He's got plumbing, man. I mean, I started off plumbing, but Jimmy's done a lot of bathroom refurbs. Now, bathroom refurbs, you can literally advertise. There's very few businesses that you can get a return on advertisement. Most advertisement, you do sort of lose, but you get your name out there. So long term, you win, but you still lose financially. Whereas bathroom fitting, your average job is like 6 to 10K. Anything 6 to 10K, you can advertise because there's enough money in it. I mean, he could be a bathroom fitter. That's what I'd be doing. But then he's such a rude cunt. Do you want that bastard in your house? He's going to take his shoes off. He's going to leave a smelly shit in the toilet. He's rude. So I don't think he could have his own business. I don't think he could be a little independent bathroom fitter. But that's what I'd be doing if I had his knowledge. I mean, bathroom fit. I mean, it's supposed to learn tiling. I mean, there's a little bit of carpentry involved, isn't there? I mean, it's all pretty simple stuff. Bathroom fitting. I think, like, the tiling is probably the only bit I don't know. Do most of the other stuff. So, yeah, next question. Jimmy Twin. No, we don't look like each other. Look nothing like him. If you put us side to side, the chin. But his chin is more like that. He's got more of a dick chin than I have, yeah? Okay, guys. Well, there's my live. I give you a live. We'll give another live tomorrow. That's it. Yeah, we're going to come on live tomorrow. But it's been good speaking to you. Has Jimmy ever taken roids? No, I'll tell you. Tablet roids he said he took. And I think he took him for the Christie fight. But then Chrissy juices. But one thing I'll say, me and my brother are a minority in the fighting industry because 95% of those guys are all juicing. We put it in their ass for them, mate. They're all those MMA fighters on roids. So yeah, he doesn't. I wouldn't call Jimmy a juice person, no. He might have done it when he was bodybuilding years ago, but he did natural bodybuilding. So if he did, he would have got tested for it. But no, he's definitely not a roidy. I think he took some tablets for his fight. And that's all I can say. I took one steroid injection and I nearly died. And I took the same batch as soon as I got out of hospital and nearly died again. Because some cunt sold me a fake steroid and they gave me septicemia. So that's it. Nice one, Mickey. Good live. Thanks, guys. It's going to get better from here. I'm telling you, when I'm auditing, mate, and see a new level. I'm going in the hotel. I'm not going outside. I'm going in. We're gonna get some fucking camera angles we ain't seen before. All right. All the best. God bless. Take care. Good night.